Namaste, yogis. Welcome or welcome back to the Modern Yogi YouTube channel. What you'll need is maybe some water. I have some, always. And you'll also need for this flow a pillow. Any pillow will do. It can be your bed pillow. I just grabbed this off my couch. And a blankie. Pillow, blankie, water. That's what you're going to be needing. We're going to do a yin-yang flow, which means we're going to move at the beginning. We're really going to move around, get our body going, breathe, and then we are going to bring it down to the ground, and we're going to do more of a yin practice. Now, these are longer holds, so we'll be stretching, and we'll be stretching for anywhere to 3 to 5 minutes per posture. Yes, your legs can fall asleep. Some discomforts can come up, but I'm going to ask you, once we get into that yin part, to kind of surrender or give into the discomfort. Find the edge of where you feel the stretch and hold it there, and then commit to being still. Whether you got an itchy on your face or it's really starting to tug, you can come out of it a little bit, but I'll ask you if you could find that place of edge. That, I feel that I'm feeling this stretch. Okay, I'm going to hold it. And now I'm going to hold it. I'm going to hold it. Now, if something's hurting, don't do that. Sharp pains aren't good. Snaps aren't good. But when your muscle feels like it's stretching out, that's okay. That's an okay owie. Practice ahimsa, which means non-harming. If I'm telling you to do something and it hurts, don't do it. If I'm offering a pose and you want to go a little bit deeper and I don't offer that, do it your way. This is your practice. It ain't my practice. I'm just here to guide you. So again, we're going to move a little bit and then we're going to bring it down and hold it in yin. So in yin postures, it's not so much that we are stretching the muscles out as much as the connective tissue. So think about like an orange. We're eating an orange and we cut an orange, we open it up, and it's like the yummy orange sweet part, and then it's that white stuff. So that white stuff, that webbing over the orange is like our connective tissue, and the yummy stuff is like our muscles holding it together. So yin practices actually help range of motion around the joints. It's not so much like a quad stretch as it is, hey, I'm going to try to get into maybe the hip where the quad attaches to the patella and the hip. So we're stretching more the joint areas and trying to feel it there. If that doesn't make any sense, you should feel a little bit more range of motion after this practice. Okay, that's enough talk for now. As usual, there is a playlist that goes on with this flow. So go into the comment section, press play, and let's get this going. If you would, we're going to do a lot of laying down at the end. Let's start in a seated position, Sukhasana easy pose. Some options that you can do with your pillow is to take it underneath the booty and then let your hips kind of fall a little bit more open. This hurts, then don't do it. If you want to sit out with your legs straight, feel free to do that as well. But let's start in a seated posture. Maybe you can let your eyes fall. Maybe you can take your gaze down if you don't want to close the eyes. Maybe signaling to the mind and the body that we're going to start a yoga practice. Let's calm down a little bit. Let's hunker down into the earth just a little bit. As you're sitting, think a nice tall spine, not rigid but tall. Maybe draw your shoulders away from your ears. Maybe soften that place between the eyebrow. If you're clenching your teeth, maybe giving your teeth some space. Swallow, maybe to relax the throat. In your body here, where do you feel the most tight? Are there any spaces that feel achy? If you have chronic pain, maybe that's the space that you zero in on. do have pain? Zero in on that spot for now in the body. Now imagine you're taking that part of your body and you decide to take out that pain. So you're sucking out that pain and putting that pain into a cardboard box. Then you close all four flaps and you take a piece of tape and you zip it shut and you set it aside for now. Moving to the heart and the mind, so emotions. Is there any pain here? Is there any discomfort here? Is there any grieving going on here? Is there any stress or anxiety going on here? Can you imagine that pain being sucked out of you and put into another cardboard box? You place all four flaps down, and you tape it shut, and you set it off to the side. If you need to do this again mentally, go ahead and visualize sucking out that pain, physical, emotional, heartfelt pain, discomfort, conflict, into that cardboard box, shutting the four flaps and taping it shut, setting it aside for another day, another time. From here, place one hand on the belly, one hand on the heart, and start to breathe into your hands here through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth. Breathing in what you need: light, love, courage, stamina. Exhaling the baggage that's weighing you down: grief, stress, anxiety, self-esteem issues. Breathe in, what do you need? Exhale, what do you need to release? Breathe in what you need. Exhale what you need to release. Inhaling what you need for 1, 2, 3. Exhaling for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 1, 2, 3. Exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3. Exhaling 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to your normal breath. Reconnect with your body here. Feel the roots of your sits bones into the ground. May your hands be an anchor on your body for connection. Maybe inhale the qualities that we need, and maybe exhale and surrender and let out the qualities that are holding us back from being our highest self. The qualities that get in the way. Maybe release them now. Inhale the light and exhale that darkness. Inhale light. When you feel ready, exhale dark. And from here, bring your hands overhead, reaching nice and tall, and start to work out your wrists, Maybe finding some back spinal movement, maybe circular. Moving with that breath here. And if you would, bring your hands down and take the opposite foot that's back here and place it in front of you, just for good measure, just for some balance. And take your arms out to a T and inhale, bring your chest out, gaze goes up. And on your exhale, wrap your arms around you like a hug, maybe dome the spine, gaze drops. Inhale, cactus, gaze goes up, puff out the chest. And your exhale, wrap your arms around like a hug, dome the spine, gaze goes down. And one last time, cactus the arms. And then drop your left hand to your right knee, right arm comes around, gentle spinal twist. Inhale, reach up overhead. Exhale, take your spinal twist on the other side, nice and gentle. Inhale, come up, take it on the right. Inhale, reach it up, take it over on the other side. Inhale, bring it back overhead. And on your exhale, walk your hands out in front of you, folding over your front legs. Option to come as far down as you can with your third eye on the ground. Option to come on your forearms. Option is to do none of this. Wherever you are, walk your hands over to the right. Feel that opening on the left side. Breathe here. Breathe in the light. Exhale the dark. Come back to center just for a moment, pausing in the center before you take it over to the other side. Breathing in the light. Exhaling the dark. Release it, release it. Come back to center and walk your hands back to your body. From here, if you have any props underneath, you may want to take them out now. Coming into some Anahata Kriya, so bringing your hands to your thighs, roll your right chest over to the right knee, wrap it around. Anahata Kriya. Anahata means heart. Kriya can mean many things. In this case, we can call it a warm-up. Moving with your body, pausing where it feels good to you. And if you would, take this over to the other side. Moving in these very calm, circular motions. Trying to release whatever's holding you back today. Whatever's holding you back. Try to release it on your exhale. Could be physical pain. Could be emotional pain. And when you feel ready, come back to center. Bring your hands behind you and drop your knees over to the right. Yeah. If they're up like this, that doesn't matter. As far as they'll go over to the right, that's totally fine. Now you see how I'm kind of sinking in here? Press up and away from the ground. Nice. Drop knees over to the other side. It's like a windshield wiper from left to right. Pausing where it feels good to you. Saying hello to the hips. Maybe you feel this in your back as well. Just depends. Depends on where you feel tight. I don't know about you, but sometimes I sleep funny. My shoulders kind of hurt. Having that kind of time today. So we'll get into the shoulders too. Awesome. From here, come back to center here and straighten out your legs. Inhale, reaching up, inhale, sitting up nice and tall. Exhale, reach for the toes, hinge here first, see where your hands fall. Drag your fingertips across your legs. Feel that sense of connection and embodiment. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, reach for the toes. See where you land. Graze your fingertips against the legs. So grateful for our legs. They take us everywhere we need to go. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, reach it forward. Graze the legs. Graze the legs. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, reach for your toes. See where you land. And graze the legs. Graze the legs. This next one we're going to hold for a couple beats. Inhale. Exhale, reach for your toes. See if your hands land on your shins. Connect with your breath here. What do you need to release? Breathing in the light. Exhale the dark. On your next inhale, come up to seated and roll over the knees, coming into tabletop, all fours. I'm not going to be here for too terribly long. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips here. We're going to come into some Muladhara Kriya. So what we're going to do is drop our right hip down to the ground, roll forward, and roll back, pressing into child's pose just for a beat before we come back. Right hip behind right wrist, left hip behind left wrist. Roll it around. Muladhara Kriya. Yes. And once you feel ready, let's take this in the opposite direction. Left hip comes down first behind left wrist. Roll it around. If this doesn't feel that good, if this is too much for the hips, you don't have to come down as low. You can come down to about here and roll it around just like this. That's fine too. We're all on different levels. Just go with what feels right for your body. It's your practice. Who cares? Sometimes we take these shapes a little bit too seriously, huh? From here, come back up into tabletop pose. Knees together. Extend your right leg out. Bend the knee. Open that hip. Awesome. Big hip circles here. You can make them big. You can make them small. It doesn't matter. No one's watching. And from here, reverse those circles. Just get warming up the body for now, so we can safely move. Bring your right knee down, extend your left leg back, bend the knee, open the hip. Yes. And then make your circles however big or small as you want. Stay with your breath if you want, if you can. Breathing in the light, out the dark. Maybe reversing if you'd like the direction of your knee circles, just taking some time to really open up the hips. Come back to tabletop here. Uncurl or tuck your toes under, press into your hams and bring your knees just a couple inches off the ground. Come back down. We're going to do that again. But first, let's do something else. I'm going to ask you to untuck your toes, press the tops of the feet into the mat, and we're going to come into these scapular push-ups, sort of. So stay in your table. And what we're going to do is I'm going to sink my shoulders down and then roll my shoulders back. So I'm here and here. I'm here and I'm here. So see, I'm not doing like a push-up. It's all here. So my shoulder blades feel like they're like pressing apart, ripping apart. That's a little aggressive. And then I'm coming back down to table. And I'm pressing up here. Imagining shoulder blades coming far apart from one another, and then I'm coming back down. Yeah, this is gonna help us with our downward dog. Awesome. Tuck your toes back under. Hover the knees off, just a few inches off the ground. Engage the core here. Don't just sink down. Really engage core here and press back into downward facing dog. Walking the feet out. Shifting hips left to right. Whatever. Come back to your breath here. Notice how your down dog feels today. Think about chest to thighs here. Fingers are spread wide apart. And if you have any issues with your wrists, if your wrists are hurting, that could mean because you're just dumping everything into your wrists. Can you engage your core a little bit here and lift out of your wrist so you're not just dumping all your weight? From here, step your big toes together and slowly walk your hands to your feet. Or I'm sorry, feet to hands to feet, doesn't matter. Take your feet about hip width distance apart, clasp opposite elbows. Start to rock left, right. Oh yeah. Heavy necks here. Heavy, heavy necks. From here, find stillness. Bring your hands to your shins. Straighten out the back for Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, forward fold. Uttanasana, bend the knees. It's all good. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, keep a bend in the knee. Engage your core. Come all the way up. Arms tee out. Inhale, reach up. Gaze goes up. Exhale, forward fold once more. Again, engage core here. Bend knees. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, step back into plank pose. Lower down knees, untuck toes, lower down chest, and then lower down to your chin. What you'll do is press your elbows together, come up for your low cobra. Press the tops of the feet into the ground. Untuck your toes here, press yourself up. Plank pose, and then downward facing dog. Awesome. From here, step big toes together. Right leg goes high, bend the knee, open the hip. Right foot in between the hands, rise for crescent, so staying on the ball of the back foot. Arms can go up. I always like to use cactus arms because I've got tight shoulders. So you're here, or you're here. Whatever you'd like to do. Awesome work. Okay, we're holding it just for a little bit. Make sure you find a nice little bend in that knee. Oh yeah. Look at that back foot behind you. Bring it down to 45 degrees. We're coming into warrior one. So that just means the back foot's flat. So it's at a 45 degree angle rather than on the ball of the back foot. So this is crescent. This is warrior one. So you're going to feel it in your hip. If it's too much, come back to your crescent. It's not a big deal. Plant the hands. Foot's in the middle, step back, lower down all the way to your bellies here. All the way down. Untuck your toes, press your arms back. We're coming into locust pose. Legs, chest, and arms reach up and back. Locust pose. Curl toes under, hands come underneath shoulders, press up to plank pose. Downward facing dog, big toes together. Inhale, left leg comes up, bend the knee, open the hip. Left foot in between the hands, we're rising for crescent, so staying on the ball of the back foot. Again, arms can go here, here, or here. You decide. Settle into your warrior one. Sometimes I feel like we flow through these a little bit too quickly, so even make your transition slow, intentional. And again, come back into that breathing in the light and exhaling that darkness. From here, we're going to come into warrior one. So bring that back foot to 45 degrees. Square your hips back to the front of your mat. Nice little bend in that left foot. Arms can be wherever you'd like. This is our warrior one here. Take a deep breath in through the nose. On your exhale, hands frame that front foot. Step back into plank pose. So lower down your knees first, untuck your toes, and we're going to do a half chaturanga here. So lower down your chest halfway until your arms are about 90, so about here. Awesome, now lower all the way down, low cobra. And then downward facing dog, press through plank. Awesome work, good job. Big toes together, right leg comes up, bend the knee, open the hip. Bring that right foot in between the hands, rise for warrior one. So that back foot's at 45. Move slow. I'm gonna reach behind me, engage my core, and slowly come up. Arms can be wherever you want. Inhale, warrior two. Front knee is bent. Back toes are facing at 90 now, and our arms are reaching forward. We're not just letting our hands just kind of hang here. There is energy going from one palm to the other palm, and we're looking over our front arm. Good, I know we're holding here. I'm aware. From here, we're gonna reverse our warrior. So back arm wraps around the lower back. Reach it back. Gaze can go to your back foot. Now remember to bend that front knee. Don't leave it. Come back to your warrior two. Extended side angle here. Take your version of it. Gaze can go up or down. Hand can come down to the floor, but we're still kind of warming up here. Back to warrior two. Reverse your warrior. Move slow. Move slow. Slow is strong. Back to your warrior two. Reverse that warrior, extended side angle. Move slow. Good. From here, what we're doing is coming back through our warrior two. Cartwheeling your hands down, move nice and slow. Come to the ball of the back foot, step back into plank pose. Now take your flow your way. That could be half chaturanga, knees, chest, chin. That could be full chaturanga where you come to 90. And then you come up for your up dog. And I'll see you in downward facing dog. Once you feel ready, step big toes together. Left leg comes up. Bend the knee, open the hip. Left foot in between the hands, rise for warrior one. Hands wherever they feel comfortable. Yes. Hello, hip flexor, right? From here, open up to warrior two. Back toes are at 90 now. Doing awesome. Again, fingers are on strong here. They're not just like kind of hanging out, like they are strong. Reverse that warrior. Take your gaze where you want. From here, bend that front knee a little bit more. Awesome. Make your way to extended side angle. There's no rush to get there. And take your version of extended side angle. And once you feel ready, come through your warrior two. Reverse that warrior. Keep a generous bend in that front knee. No rush to get there at all. Coming through your warrior two, taking another extended side angle. You're doing awesome. Really connect to your body here. Come through your warrior two here, and then cartwheel the hands down. Take your flow your way. No rush to get there. Hopefully you're building heat now. We're getting a little bit yangy here. Step big toes together. Right leg comes up. Bend the knee. Open the hip. Right foot in between the hands. Rise for warrior one. Back foot is at 45. Open up warrior two. Reverse your warrior here. Keep a generous bend in that knee. Move slow. From here, come through warrior two. Extended side angle. Take it your way. Come back up here. Straighten that front leg out. I have to walk my back foot up a little bit for Trikonasana, but reach it forward. Fold over that front leg for triangle pose. If your neck's feeling good, maybe look up. Neck's not feeling so good, maybe staring down. You're doing good. You're doing good. Stay connected to that body. From here, come back up, warrior two, you got this. Good. From here, horse and goddess, just momentarily to really open up those hips here. Come back into your warrior two at the front of your mat. Good. Bring your hands down, both of them to the inside of that right foot. Come to the ball of the back foot. I like to glue my right tricep against my right shin here. This is our lizard lunge. We're not going to be here for too terribly long. What we're going to do is take our right hand and frame that front foot. Now what I'm going to do is engage my core enough where my foot doesn't drag on the mat too much and send it back to plank. Awesome. Take your flow your way. I'll see you in down dog. Once you feel ready, big toes together. Left leg comes up behind you, bend the knee, open the hip. Left foot in between the hands, rise, warrior one. Oh yeah, we're getting a little bit sweaty and hot now. Open up, warrior two. Hello, hips. Take your reverse. Move nice and slow. Make sure you're keeping that bend in the front leg. Come into your extended side angle. Do it your way. Doesn't matter. No one can see you. When you feel ready, come back up through your warrior two. Straighten that front leg out. If you need to, walk the back foot up a couple inches. Reach it forward. Trikonasana, triangle pose. You're doing awesome. Good job. Sometimes this right arm that's like reaching up into space, sometimes I don't know what to do with it. And it feels kind of like funny. So sometimes I'll wrap it around my lower back and I'm like, oh, that feels better because I can actually think about bringing my shoulder blade back open a little bit. Just a thought. Give it a try if you want. Doesn't matter. Okay, engage your core here. Bend the front knee. Warrior two. Good. Horse and goddess here. Just, for good measure, we gotta keep it balanced. Again, chest is out here. Bring the shoulder blades down and back. Oh yeah. And then from here, we're gonna take lizard lunge. So cartwheel the hands down to the inside, come into the ball of the back foot, and lower down booty a little bit more. Now, if this hurts your shin or your hip, you can bring your booty up a little bit higher. Not a big deal. The yoga police aren't gonna come. Breathe in through your hips here. Inhale what you need. Exhale what's releasing and holding you back. Now take this left foot or left hand and bring it on the outside of that left foot. So we're framing that front foot. Step back into plank here. Lower down your way. Coming up your way. And let's come into child's pose. You've earned it, you've earned it. If you need to, you can take some breaths here or get a drink of water. You decide. We'll come back into your child's pose later. This isn't your only opportunity. Walk yourself up one more time. We're going to meet in downward facing dog. No rush to get there. Remember, slow is strong in this one. Last flow before we bring it back down and hold some yin poses. So step big toes together. Right foot goes up, bend the knee, open the hip. Right foot in between the hands, warrior one. Back foot's at 45. Arms can go wherever they want. Cool. From here, open up, warrior two. You got this. Good. From here, reverse that warrior. No rush to get there. Gaze can go where you want. Just remember to bend that knee. Reach it forward for extended side angle. Coming back up through warrior two. Straighten that front foot. Come into your triangle pose. Come up through warrior two here. Open up to horse and goddess momentarily. Good. Remember, chest out, shoulders up, down and back. Cartwheel the hands down to the inside of that right foot for a lizard lunge. Doing good. You're doing so good. From here, what we're going to do is we're going to open up to the left. Point our toes forward, walk our hands over to the left, bend that left knee, and straighten out that right foot, toes up here. Option is to keep your hands down where you feel comfortable. Option two, if you want, you can take your hands out. Option three is you can wrap your left arm around that knee and take a little bind. See how this works for you. From here, bring your hands out in front of you. Walk your hands over to that right foot. Frame that foot and step it back. Take your flow. I'll see you in downward facing dog. Slow is strong. When you're ready, big toes together. Left leg comes up behind you, bend the knee, open the hip. Left foot in between the hands, warrior one. Reaching it up or cactusing the arms if you'd like. Good, open up warrior two. Awesome. Reverse your warrior. Remember to keep a nice bend in that front leg. Gaze can go down towards the back foot or up towards the sky. Move through warrior two to extended side angle. We're in no rush. Go nice and slow if you need to. When you feel ready, come back up through warrior two. Straighten that front leg, come into your triangle pose. No rush to get there. Take your time here. Again, slow is strong. Notice what it feels like to hang out on your body. To not be distracted. Come back up through warrior two. Good. Come into horse and goddess. Cactus the arms, shoulders down and back. Opening up those hips here. You can go as low as you want or as high as you want. Doesn't matter to me. From here, cartwheel those hands to the inside of that left foot. Lizard lunge. You're doing awesome. Again, booty can fly. This is like, this hurts my hips. You can let the booty fly. If you need more of a hip opener or a hip flexor stretch, I can talk. Lower booty down. All right, so here we're going to do that weird little variation where we walk our hands over to our right foot. Bend that right knee. Straighten the left leg out, toes up. Now our hands can be here. Our hands can be here. Or our hands can be wrapped around. Now, depends on your body and where do you feel tight. One side is usually tighter than the other. So either you're really enjoying this or you're not. All right, wherever you are, bring your hands out in front. Guide yourself over to that front leg, that left leg. Frame that foot, step it back, take your flow. And I'll see you in downward facing dog. Come down to your knees. Untuck those toes. And option is to stay right here in hero's pose. If this hurts, you can always come to the knees or just take a seat. Option one. Let's take our hands. Let's bind them behind us. Let's draw the shoulders down and back. Maybe gaze goes up. Awesome job. Now we're going to get into the yin portion of our practice now. We're going to hold postures for about 3 to 5 minutes. I'm going to ask you if you would try to commit to stillness rather than itching and twitching. Know that if it hurts, you can come out of it, of course. If you like, you can come back to that mantra, breathing in the light, releasing that darkness. If your shoulders are creeping up towards your ears, draw them down. If you'd like, you can drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. Breathe in the light. Breathe out the dark. If you want, drop your chin to your chest. Draw shoulders away again. Breathe in the light. If you want, left ear to left shoulder. Out the dark. What do you need to release physically, emotionally? What can you release? From here, let go of this pose. Let's come down to seated. If you would, bring up your pillow to your right thigh. Drop your right forearm down. You can reach it out. I'm going to look at my clock so I can keep track of time. I'm going to reach it here. Now, if this is still too much on the hip, you can even bring your blankie up. Use that too. Reaching up and then hinging over. We're not going to hold our arm up the whole time, just for now. At any point when your arm starts to get tired, all you got to do is wrap it around the lower back and keep the chest open though, rather than folding forward or rounding it. So you decide, when do you want to drop your arm? I don't care. Breathe in the light. Exhale, let it go. From here, bring your hands to the center and press into your fingertips to sit up tall. Whew. Oh yeah. Bring your props over to the other side. Doing so good. Your left forearm will come down now to your props. Come on over to the left. Right arm comes up high, reaching over just for now. And whenever you want want to, you can drop it right behind you. But just remember to, instead of roll that shoulder forward, keep that right shoulder rolled up. I invite you maybe to close your eyes. I'm just seeing what it feels like to open up the right side of your body for an extended period of time. It's not something we do often. Coming back to your breath here. Drawing shoulder away from your ear. When you feel ready, come back to center. And maybe roll out your shoulders just a little bit. Go ahead, you can itch where you need to itch. From here, bring your blankie and your pillow, if you'd like, right in front of you. What we're going to do is come into a child's pose. So roll forward, big toes together, and bring your blankie and your pillow in between your knees like this. If they're longer, feel free to have that as well. That's great. And when you feel ready, reach it out forward. And there's two options that you can do here. Option one is you can make your hands like a little bit of an extra pillow and bring a cheek to the ground. Another option is to reach your arms forward. If your shoulders need a release, go ahead and press your props forward so your cheek can rest against it and reach back for your heels. Really trying to release whatever aches and pains you're experiencing. Can you release them out? Can you invite healing in? Come to your breath here. Wherever you are, press into the palms, engage your core to come out of this. Good. Come to your bottoms again. And bring your props over to the right. Open up your legs a little bit. Bring your blanket to your thigh. Square off your shoulders and fold over, holding here. Now, if you want, you can also bring your pillow up and reach for your toes, see where you land. Once you feel ready, press your hands into the ground, walk your hands back, bring your props over to the other leg. Square your chest off here, sit up tall, hinge at the hip, lean forward, reach for your toes, see where you land, doesn't matter if it's on your shins, and bring your cheek or forehead down to your pillows. Come back to your breath. Come back to breathing in what you need and exhaling what you don't need. If your mind starts to drift, just bring it back to your body, bring it back to your breath, or bring it back to that mantra, breathing in the light and breathing out the darkness. Once you feel ready, press into your fingertips, engage the core, come out of this. Whew, good. From here, bring the legs together and kind of shake out the legs just a little bit. Awesome. Option one is to come into pigeon pose. I don't love to teach that one online because I see a lot of funny things when people come into pigeon pose, but if pigeon is in your practice, feel free to come into pigeon pose. You have your props in case your hip comes off the ground. I'm going to cue deer. So I'm going to drop my knees over to the right. Left knee comes into my right arch. So my foot and my knee are like this. Figure four on your back works too. I'm going to bring my props in front of my right shin. I'm going to square my chest off to my right shin. I'm going to fold forward. Again, pigeon pose or figure four totally work here. Come back to your breath. You're almost done. Commit to stillness. You have this. You got it. You're almost done with the side. From here, press into your hands, engage your core wherever you're coming out. Come out of your figure 4, pigeon, or deer pose. Take knees over to the other side, or take your option on the other side. Bring your props in front of that left shin. Square your shoulders off. And when you feel ready, come on down. Come back to your breath. Come back to your mantra. Come back to your body. It's okay to let your mind drift. Just bring it on back. That's part of the practice. Once you feel ready, press into the palms, engage your core, come out of this. Take your props, set them over to the left. And if you need to, you can windshield wiper your legs, move slow, whatever you gotta do. We're coming to our backs now. So if you would, bring your pillow behind you, here. And take your blankie and roll it up and bring it right in front of your pillow. We're gonna lay back on our blanket, on our pillow. We're gonna cactus the arms and we're gonna take our knees over to the left. Left hand can either come on the thigh or keep it cactused and look over the right shoulder. Another option, if you'd like, is to bring that right leg or the leg that's on top and straighten it out a little bit. Where can you soften? Where can you relax? Where can you calm down? Can you keep your mind on your body, on your breath, on your mantra. Bring your knees back to center and walk your knees over to the other side. Gaze goes over the opposite shoulder. Again, option to take the top leg and straighten it out if you want a deeper stretch. Move slowly. There's no rush. And when you feel ready, come back into your Shavasana. If you'd like, you can keep your props where they're at, straightening out the legs. If you want, you can take your blanket and put it over you if you're getting a little cold, maybe over the feet. And come into your last pose, Shavasana. Just releasing here. Release into your healing. Release what's holding you back. I'm going to let you end your practice when you need to. So if that's now, you can start to invite gentle movement back into your body. When you feel ready, you can come up. If you need to take an extended Shavasana today, I'm going to turn off the video, but you are welcome to stay as long as you need. I honor where you are at. I honor the practice that you just did. Take what you need, leave the rest behind.